Rekna sir, faculty and physics from VIP classes. Yeah, last class in part 1 kinematics 2D motion we have seen what is horizontal projectile means what, oblique projectile means what, okay, types of projections. Then so equation of trajectory of an oblique projectile we have seen, isn't it? So then what is the equation? Did anyone remember? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g by 2 u square cos square and x square. Okay, where y is equal to ax minus bx square is a parabola. Then we have seen the standard derivation of range. The maximum horizontal distance traveled is called range. The maximum height through which the body is what, going upward direction, or where the vertical y component of velocity becoming 0 is called what, maximum height. And we have gone for range. The maximum horizontal distance covered is called what, range. So these things we have seen. Okay, now we'll be seeing some few numericals, then we go for oblique horizontal projectile. Okay, yeah, now see this question. Ground to ground projectile has the equation of trajectory this much, so find angle of projection and speed of projection, students. So we have seen when projection equation is given as y is equal to x minus x square by 40, right? So you can compare with standard equation of trajectory. What is the formula? Y is equal to x tan theta minus g by 2 u square cos square theta into x square. So there's nothing but this is x into 1 minus, isn't it, 1 by 40 into x square. 1, what is there? Tan theta. So tan theta 1 means theta will be how much here? Theta will be 45 degrees. That is angle of projection is 45 degrees. Okay. And then degrees. And coefficient of x square is 1 by 40. So 1 by 40 is equal to g by 2 u square cos square theta. Now simplify further this one. Now we'll get u square cos square theta is equal to 20 into g value is 10, right? So now you can write u cos theta is equal to 200 under root. So u cos theta value will be, that is 10 root 2. This is x component of velocity, right? But theta value almost 45 degrees. So if you substitute theta 45, so u into cos 45 is 1 by root 2, which is equal to 10 root 2. So from this we'll get u is equal to 10 into root 2 is 2. So we'll get, so velocity of projection is equal to 20 meter per second, right? So this, when trajectory equation is given, you should be able to find the velocity of projection and angle of projection. Okay, yeah. Next you can see one more question. A particle is projected with a velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay, theta 53 degrees with a horizontal. Find height of projectile when a horizontal distance is 45 meter. Yeah, now you see particle with the ground projected with some velocity of u. How much that is? Given as 25 meter per second. So it's what angle? Theta is equal to 53 degrees. Okay, just remember here cos 53 value is equal to sin 37, okay, which is equal to 3 by 5, and sin 53 is equal to cos 37, which is equal to 4 by 5. Okay, now when you project like this, now find height of projectile when horizontal distance 45 meters. So when you're projecting like this, it will come and hit somewhere else here. So for example, at some particular value, the height h is equal to, so how much is saying? Find height of projectile, that what is asking, when horizontal distance is 45 meters. So this is asking. So you can do this question in two ways, students. So first of all, you can find how much time it takes for tracing 45 meter distance here. Okay, so if you take here 45 meter distance means that is x is equal to how much, you can say u cos theta into t. Y in x direction velocity is constant. Now this distance he has given us 45 meters. So u cos theta, u value is 25, cos 53 value is 3 by 5 into t. This will be 5 1za, 5 5za, 5 1za, this is 5 9za. So you can write down, so t will be 9 by 3, which is equal to 3 seconds. So particle in 3 seconds it has traced a distance of how much, beta? 45 meter, isn't it? So now vertical displacement how much? So you know vertical ut plus half at square. But in vertical direction, this is uy, this is ay. Uy value how much? Uy value is u sin theta. Ay is minus g. So minus half g t square. Okay. If you simplify, u sin theta, so u sin 53, sin 53 is 4 by 5, so u value how much this is 25, so 25 into sin 53 is 4 by 5, this is 4 by 5 minus half g 10 into t square is 3 square here, this will be 5 5s are, you can write 20 minus 2 5s are 5 9s are 45. Yes or no? It's coming as minus 25 meters. Why minus 25 meters here it is? So uy into t. So you're projecting vertically up, right? So uy is 25 into 3. 25 into u sin theta into t we have to do here. U sin theta into t. So into 3 means here this is 3. So 60 minus 45. How much 60 minus 45 will be? 60 minus 45 will be equal to how much? 60 minus 45, 15, right? Yeah, 60 minus 45 is 15. So you can say 15 meter distance. Okay, 15 meter vertical distance they has traced. So u sin theta into t minus half gt square. You got it? So t is equal 3 seconds. Y is uy into t plus half ay t square. U sin theta into t minus half gt square. U sin theta, u value 25, sin 53 4 by 5. Okay, no? So into here what we are doing? Into here 3 we are doing minus half gt square. So this will be how much? So 4 by 5, 5 5s are 20, 20 into 3 is 60, 60 minus 45 is 15 meters. Okay, right. Now one more is point question. See here, a body project with velocity at angle theta with horizontal. Velocity of the body will become perpendicular to velocity of projection after a time, he is asking. Okay. See, just use the concept of vectors. When two vectors are perpendicular, dot product becomes here 0. So for example, a projectile is thrown at some angle theta, students, here. Okay, so it will land somewhere else here in this manner. So after some time t, its velocity vector will be like this. So this is initial direction of velocity vector. Okay, and this is velocity after t second. The angle between these t is 90 degrees. So first we write velocity vector. Okay, so how much initial velocity vector u bar will be? U cos theta into I cap. This is x component. This is y component. Plus u sin theta into j cap. After t seconds, you can again resolve into two components. One is x component, and there is how much? Y component. X component throughout the motion remains the same, u cos theta, isn't it? And y component becomes u sin theta, u minus at, u sin theta minus gt. Okay, so this v becomes now u cos theta into I plus u sin theta minus gt into z. What is saying in the question? These two velocity vectors are perpendicular. So what you should write? U dot v must be equal to 0. All of you know very well in dot product what we do? Simply we multiply these coefficients or components, isn't it? This one, what will you get? U cos theta into u cos theta, u square cos square theta plus u sin theta into u sin theta, u square sin square theta, plus into minus, how much will you get? U sin theta into gt must be equal to 0. In this one take u square common, we will have cos square double sin square theta value is 1. Transfer this negative term right side, u sin theta into gt, u one time get cancelled, so we'll get t will be equal to u by g sin theta. So like this, after t seconds, okay, what happens? The u by g sin theta time, the velocity becomes perpendicular to initial direction of velocity. Okay, right. Now next you see one more question. Projectile is thrown with speed u making angle theta with horizontal. T is equal to 0. Okay, fine. Yeah, it just crosses 2 points of equal height at time t 1 second and 3 seconds. Calculate maximum height attained by the body. Okay, no problem. You see, so you are throwing the body projectile with speed u by making some angle theta at t is equal to 0. So will it move like this, right? So it is crossing 2 points of equal height. So this is h1 or h1 is equal to h2 is equal to h at time t1, and this is also at what time? T2. So calculate maximum height attained. Now you can say simply A t is equal to 1 second. It is the height of h. So you can write formula ut plus half a t square in y direction. So you write y components. Okay. Now if you see u value how much, right? So u value is angle how much mentioned? Angle theta he mentioned, okay? Okay, 1 second and 3 seconds. Calculate maximum attained by it. Okay. So you have to find out this height, right? Find in t is equal to 1 second, you write the value. So how much will get? This will be u sin theta into 1 minus half g10 you can take. This is 1 square. So we will have u sin theta minus 5t square. This is one equation. And after 3 seconds also same height, right? Yes or no? After 3 seconds also same height. So what will get here? Yeah, just I'm finding for space. 1 minute. Just leave it. I will simplify here. Yeah. Now you see one more equation at 3 seconds, right? So you can write same height h equal 3 seconds. What will you get? U sin theta into 3 minus half g into 3 square is 9. Okay, so 2 1s are 2 5s are. How much beta? 3u sin theta minus 45. These two heights are same, so we can equate them. So u sin theta minus 5t square, right? T square means 1 square is 1, you can direct write, no? Yeah. So 5 will get, right? This is t value is 1 and that value will be equal to 3u sin theta minus 45. So you transfer this side, this becomes 2u sin theta is equal to 45 minus 5 is 40. So you can write u sin theta value as 20. Okay. So what is asking? Maximum height. So what is the formula for maximum height? U square sin square theta. That means 20 whole square. 20 into 20 by 2z. 2 into z is 10. So 20 get cancelled. You will get 20 meters height. Okay. Yeah. So now one more question you see here. Yeah, you can pass these questions and you can also try. Yeah, particle thrown over a triangle. Okay, from one end, so this one end, horizontal base falls on the other end. So you're projecting like this, so it is falling over here, other end. Base by grazing the vertex, this vertex. If alpha and beta are the angles of triangle and angle of projection is here theta, this angle of projection is theta, then prove that tan theta is tan alpha plus tan beta. Yeah, say at this height, so this value is y. So from this triangle, when angle is alpha and say this value is x here, this value is x. So total distance is range and the remaining value becomes, this value becomes r minus x. So from this you can write tan alpha how much? Y by x. So y becomes x tan alpha, right? Again from this triangle, second triangle, this triangle, again you can write tan beta value. So tan beta will be opposite side by adjacent side, isn't it? And from first equation you can also write tan alpha is y by x, tan beta is y by r minus x. So you can write down now tan alpha plus tan beta value, students. This will be y by x plus y by r minus x. So if you take common x into r minus x, okay, so this becomes r minus x plus this becomes x, which becomes y into r by x into r minus x. This is equation number 1. And so from the formula of trajectory equation, y is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x by r, isn't it? So from this you can also write y is equal to x tan theta into r minus x by r. So from this write the value of tan theta. So this is y into r by x into r minus x. Okay, so from this two you can write 1 into what you can write, tan theta is equal to, this value is tan theta, and this tan alpha plus tan beta also value becoming equal, so you can write tan theta is tan alpha plus tan beta. Okay, so let's you can what do the numericals on what this particular oblique projectile. So trajectory equation we have seen, okay, and based on the trajectory equation, and after what time velocity become perpendicular, finding the vertical position, okay, and then we have seen at same height question is lying, okay, and some kind of numerical, this kind of thing. Okay, please stay tuned my channel and support my channel by subscribing and forward to your friends also. That is mostly all topics, okay. So as time passes I'm going to upload whenever I get the time, so your encouragement is more required for me. Okay, so if people are asking, then I can feel some enthusiastic way, okay, so that I can upload. Yeah, thank you all. So next we'll see horizontal projectile in next part. Okay, thank you all.